Overview of the process that the Beaumont Neighborhood Association went through to get us to this point today. This process started about 2008 when the Neighborhood Association inquired about putting the area on the local district. Staff met with the Neighborhood Association to discuss the project, the process, and requirements. It's our understanding, we've also attended a few of them, that the Beaumont Neighborhood Association held several meetings in the neighborhood to let the homeowners know about the process and what it means to be designated on the local historic pending list, as well as allow them to ask questions. In April 2008, the Neighborhood Association mailed ballots to all affected property owners. And it's our understanding that they received about 60% of return ballots were in favor of being designated as a local historic district. Once that information was given back to staff then consulted with Meek, preservation consultant to the city, and representatives from the Neighborhood Association to develop house-specific guidelines, and those are what you have in front of you. We wanted to be very straightforward and wanted each property owner to know what would be required of them. We have a process in place. It's called a minor certificate of appropriateness, and that can be approved by staff. And again, this is any work done to the exterior of your home. This process does not regulate any work done inside your home. Now, we're not precluding you from having to get a building permit, but that's a different issue. This is dealing with any renovations to the exterior of your home. Then we have what's called a major certificate of appropriateness, and we have laid that out in the guidelines. And if you have specific questions, I have staff here, Joshua Henderson and Martin Meek, that can answer those questions. But anything that's considered major, we have to go before the Historic Architect Review Board before proceeding with the project. On July 9th, the board voted to place all the properties identified on the map they received, except for 3 churches on the pending list. There was discussion about the churches in the middle side, but at the time, the board decided not to include either of them. On July 30th, HARB held a workshop meeting to discuss the guidelines specifically. All meetings that occurred dealing with the Beaumont area, all property owners were notified. We did receive some return notices, and we tried very diligently to get those notices out. Some notices came back after the meeting, so we had no idea that the homeowner may or may not have received that notice. On February 11th of this year, HARB amended the pending list boundary to include the 3 churches on the pending list. And that is something that the board can do based on the guidelines. Until they make the recommendation to council, they can amend the pending list to put properties on or take properties off. In this case, they decided to amend it to include 3 churches. At that same meeting, a representative from the New Testament Church, which in your book is 467 and 469 Gentry Street, you can see, I believe, a copy of the church photos in there. They expressed opposition to include the New Testament Church in the proposed district. After a long discussion by HARB, they voted unanimously to approve the pending list, including the churches. The proposed district includes 3 institutional uses, which are the churches, 2 parking lots, 5 vacant lots, which total, 309 residential units, which total 319 properties altogether on that boundary map. At that same meeting, the board also approved to recommend the proposed guidelines that you have before you, also from the council. The action that we're requesting tonight is a little different than what I normally request for you. I'm asking that staff request the council conduct a public hearing to receive comment regarding the designation of Beaumont Village as a local historic district and adopt the proposed Beaumont Village design standards. However, we're asking council to consider the actual adoption of the ordinance and designation and adoption of design guidelines at a later council meeting. So tonight we're just asking for this to be a public hearing for discussion purposes only. That way, if there's any changes that council will like for staff to make, it will give us time to make any necessary adjustments, and then we come back to you at an appropriate time that we think is suitable.
Any questions from Ms. Monroe?
Not necessarily have a question, but I want to say I know that your group and along with Mitch have been working very diligent with the community lot of the Beaumont residents here, but I'm gonna leave that to the mayor to ask them to stand or not ask them to stand. But thank you all for what you're doing.
Any questions, Ms. Monroe? If not, I'd like to declare a public hearing, open public hearing. Now, let me get Ms. McIntyre to explain the rules of the public hearing.
We have a total of 20 minutes for public comment. It will be 10 minutes per side, and no one person can have more than 5 minutes. And I will time that as you sit.
All right. Is there anyone who'd like to speak in favor of the proposed?
Louis Settle, 480 Sloan Street. I would like to thank quite a few people. Martin Meek, Josh Henderson, Stephanie Monroe. This has been a process. Some people felt like that it would be over in a month or two. But I really appreciate, especially Josh and Stephanie, how that they wanted to make the guidelines as clear as they could. Hopefully, that won't mean as many going to the Heart Bowl in Hampton Heights, but we'll just have to see. What prompted us to begin the process, we just took stock of our neighborhood and we saw it starting to deteriorate. And it was our desire to not want it to go forward. We began to look at what was happening in Hampton Heights and how it was before. And it was a challenge there, it's been a challenge to us. But working together, I just appreciate everything that's been done. And continue to work with us.
Thank you, sir.
I'm a retired college professor and a lifelong resident of Beaumont. For several years, the residents of Beaumont have been engaged in a struggle between the forces of continuity and forces of change, as we have considered how to preserve the past heritage of our community while preparing for the future. As we have debated the issue of historic designation, those in favor of the historic register have given the following main reasons for their point of view. To honor the historic significance of textile mills and the economic and cultural development of the upstate. Next, to honor the patriotic service of Beaumont Mill during World War II. Beaumont was the first mill in the United States to devote its entire production to the World War II effort. Third, to maintain a safe and nurturing environment for the young people of the community. And fourth, to beautify the neighborhood and surrounding areas. And we feel that the proximity of North Pine Street is a salient feature of this concern. We realize that those who are opposed have very cogent concerns, such as the difficulty of attaining original materials and the expense of the guidelines. And some feel that it will infringe on the property rights of the individual owners. But we feel that the pros outweigh the cons, and so we do ask that the city designate Beaumont as a historic area. We thank you all very much for all the support and assistance that we have received. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else would like to speak